Hey guys, and welcome to or back to the Pause in Pursuit podcast with your host, Summer Clark. So today I have a super exciting guest. I'm going to be speaking to the amazing Max Sprinz. We are going to be talking about all of the topics that you guys asked us to talk about. You guys asked Max a load of questions over on my Instagram a couple of weeks ago, and in this episode, he's going to answer them all. So the questions include things like overcoming adversity, mastering your mind, so the mental side of agility, and unlocking your dog's potential, especially if you are struggling to get the most drive and focus out of them, and much, much more. So I'm super excited for you guys to listen to what Max has to say. And without further ado, let's get straight into it.
So I'm Max Sprinz. I'm now 26. Oh my God. Last time I feel like I said this, I was 24.
Oh no.
So I'm now 20. So I'm 26. I do agility for 12 years now.
Oh wow.
I think I have 11 European Open medals.
Wow.
And five World Championship medals.
Very impressive.
Breeding border collies and shelties. And yeah, actually like my hobby turned into my life and my job and everything.
That is amazing. That is what everyone aspires to, isn't it?
True.
That's amazing. So you say you've been doing agility for quite some time then. So when and how did you first get into it? So you say you got into it 11 years ago, but how did that happen?
So actually, I say this every time I'm asked when I started. I was like afraid as hell of dogs when I was a kid.
I did actually listen to this on one of your other episodes. Yeah, that's crazy.
So
you would never think.
I was so afraid. Like when like a dog would be on the other side of the street, like I would start to panic.
Wow.
And at some point, like I was a cat person. But at some point I was like, I don't know. It just clicked, and I was like, okay, I want a dog. And
interesting.
I just
going from really fearing them to really wanting one.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like looking back, I think maybe it was like a calling or whatever.
Yeah. Something in the universe happened.
Yeah. Somehow it all seemed to be put together.
Yeah.
So I really had to fight for my first dog, which was a fox terrier.
Okay.
Which might not be ideal as a first dog.
Yeah. My first dog was also a terrier, border terrier. And they're very stubborn. And I did try and do agility with him, but he was, again, very stubborn.
Yeah. And I was 12. I was 12 when we got Emma. And so my mom said, okay, we can have a dog. But we need to like give the dog a proper education, kind of like.
Yeah.
So we need a dog who can like live with us and is like a benefit, like bringing something to the house and not taking the energy from it.
Yes, has to behave.
Yeah, but boy, like we're like it was a very wild ride. But so we found this like dog school locally, and we were very, very lucky because like to this day, one person that like I think inspires my agility journey is like the person I've went to the first puppy class in.
Yeah, okay, that first teacher.
Yeah, so she's actually not doing agility for I think 9 years now.
Oh right.
So
okay.
yeah, so she's not doing it anymore. And so back then it was basically just like the normal dog training behavior things.
Yes, obedience type stuff.
Yeah, which was really, really interesting to learn. And I went to like all of the classes she was teaching just to look at it, and she was very, very kind to like let me be there all the time.
Yeah, definitely.
But I guess she saw like a 13, 14-year-old kid who was like so passionate about the dogs. So she was like, okay, like why not give it to somebody else, the knowledge that she has.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So yeah, and I saw like it was a little grass outdoor field of like where the behavior trainings were done. And there were obstacles, and I did not have a clue what that is.
You were like, what on earth is all of this?
Yeah, I was like, okay. And then at one point I saw somebody training on them before our lesson, and I was like, oh my God, I didn't know like there's some like activity.
Yeah, there's more than just obedience to this. Yeah.
So I saw this, and I was not sure like, are we gonna do this? Like, is it possible? I mean, I was 13 and a half-ish at that point. So also like getting there is difficult. and my mom had started like the classic obedience training with her.
Okay, yeah.
So like where they go in the ring and do all of that.
Yeah, like heel work and all that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But I looked at that and it was like, I think by now it's actually, there's pretty cool ways of doing it.
Yes, yeah.
But back then what I saw, to me, it just looked like too boring.
Yeah, I think as well, when you're so young as well, it looks a little bit, whereas now we could probably appreciate it a bit more.
For sure. Yeah, so at one point I was like, okay, and I used, I think it was like €70 for 10 lessons, so €7 per lesson.
Okay.
And I had that like saved up. So
pocket money.
So I got like my first 10 trainings in 2014, and yeah, it was very, very difficult because I thought we're just gonna go. Yeah, it's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah, because everyone who does it makes it look so easy, don't they? And then you're like, oh, it's actually really hard.
So it started with me going in there, and then Emma, who was like doing what she wanted to do, I thought she's gonna be like thrilled to like let her energy loose.
Yeah.
But she was like, no, like,
I'm not doing this. I'm not doing the work.
I want. Yeah. And she was running around, and then she wanted to attack dogs. By that time, she never did that. But there was so much adrenaline in like the whole group.
Oh no.
Yeah, but like I stuck to it. I was like, no, I like this.
Yeah, yeah. Didn't give up. I think as well, when we have those quite tricky dogs to train from a young age or as our first agility dogs, they often make us into better trainers. I always think, because if you can do that at that age and work with a dog that's difficult, then you're going to be fine with your next dog. Do you know what I mean?
For sure. And like, honestly, if I like look back now, it's also sometimes, for me, I think it's sometimes easier when you don't have the experience and expectation of this is how it can feel like.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
So you're like, okay, they are all doing this and I'm here right now. So I want to be there. What do I need to do?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not like, oh, it's so much more difficult. You know, I mean, you can choose. You can choose to be like, oh, they are like lucky and have the easy dogs. But that's not me. That's never been me.
Yeah, I think that's even something that happens at even the top level of agility. You know,
For
you
sure.
can't let that comparison happen, you know, when you go to these big events and you see other people and stuff like that, and it's very dangerous and it can put you off it if you let it, I feel.
Yeah. My grandma always used to say comparison is the thief of joy.
Yes, absolutely. Love that saying.
It's so true. Like the older I get, the more I'm like, yes, she was so right. Always.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, the worst thing you can do, you just got to stick to your own course, haven't you?
Yeah.
For sure. So, how do you keep, we're kind of going from you to the dogs now. So how do you keep your dogs fit for agility then? So you have multiple dogs, don't you? And they all compete at a pretty high level. So what do you kind of do around agility to keep them so fit and so fast so that when they go to these events, they perform?
Yeah. So there's multiple things. There's a lot that I do. But I always want to make sure that the highest priority, I mention it first, because I think it's overlooked in modern day agility. Yeah. And it's like daily walks.
Yes. Yeah.
On different surfaces, longer durations, like experiencing, just like using their body, because they will train their whole body while they walk.
Yeah.
So if that base is not there, you're not gonna like you will train that muscle, but there's so many things that need to be trained along the way. You can't even fit that into a schedule if you want to like avoid walks and train everything like muscle by muscle.
Yeah, but you may as well do it on the walks, and the dogs love their walks anyway, so it's a win-win.
So like this is like something is like my base priority, including like in the summer swims and stuff like that.
Yes.
And then what I do is I have a very, very amazing physio and osteopath for my dogs.
Okay.
And she helps me. So, well, they are looked from her like at least once a month. She will see all of them. And then she gives me direction. So, for example, as like a reference, I've done from Jana Gam's Dogs for Motion. All my dogs know like her online classes. To build muscle and strength, so like a gym workout for them.
Yes.
And usually what I do is like with my physio, I'm talking through what makes most sense for that specific dog.
Yeah. Because they're also different, aren't they?
Yes, and like for example, Remix, she's now 4.5 years old. When she had her litter, like she's very like she has muscles, and everything you feed her just turns into muscle.
Oh, really?
It's insane.
Wow,
it's like
yeah.
it's
Powerhouse.
like yes, and it's like a dog trainer's dream.
Yeah.
Because like you're like, oh my god, like she has that as like the base, so it's so easy to maintain that. So when she had her puppies, so 2 months of pregnancy, 2 months of nurturing the puppies, and when she had her first physio after, my physio said she still has more muscle mass than your other dogs.
Wow, that is insane.
And at first, like my first reaction was, have I done such a bad job with my other dogs? Then she was like, no, your other dogs are fine. It's just insane.
Wow.
In what shape she is.
That's crazy.
So that's just like as a reference for like it can be so difficult and different.
Yeah, it's just how she's built and how she's born.
Yeah. And with the Shelties, for example, it's so difficult to put actual muscle on them.
Okay.
So for mine as well, at least too. And what works for them really well is like consistent water treadmill. So, for example, both of my border collies that are competing right now, they actually, I think they were in the water treadmill maybe 3 times in their life.
Oh, right. Okay.
And the Shelties, like, I mean, unfortunately, like, Make is retired and my young one had an injury now. But like looking back a few months, both of them would be in the water treadmill like multiple times a month.
Oh, right, okay. It's really good for them, though, with the water, isn't it? Because it's less impact on the joints than, like, just running all the time.
Yes. So what I'm trying to say is walks, most priority, then find somebody who can take care and treat your dog really well. I think that would be my second priority. And then get direction to what type of workout makes sense for each dog.
Yeah, and what their weaknesses are, mainly, isn't it? Yeah, and Arrow has a physio, my dog as well, and they just end up, the physio ends up knowing the dogs like off the back of their hand, don't they? They know them so well, they know what feels normal, what feels not normal, and even if, you know, injuries aside, you know, I'll see her every month and she'll go, yeah, a little bit tight here, fix it. And if that builds up, that's when you can get your injuries, they're not going to run as well.
Sure.
So yeah, having that professional is definitely important.
Yeah.
And the walks as well, not just is it good for them, but like you said, the proprioception side of it. So making sure that they're on different and not, you know, not just on the street, but going running, you know, and they're in charge of what they're doing as well, aren't they? So it's safe. For sure. So a lot goes into it outside of agility. It's not all just agility.
No, I would even say, like, looking at my dog's life, like agility is a very, very small part.
Yeah, exactly.
So the work that goes into it before we're actually doing agility is for sure more.
Yeah. How often would you say you train a week in agility?
Also very dependent on the dog, to be honest.
Yes, yeah. And the week, probably.
So, yes, and of course. So I would say, like, a very good friend and also a business partner with me, Susan Garrett, she always says, like, training actually happens all the time. So I kind of want to say, like, dog training and, like, interacting with my dog in a, like, with my trainer perspective, I do that every day.
Yes, yeah.
Actually, like, training agility, I would say, like, on weeks where I'm home and the dog is like in the season of competing or in the season of like running, I would go probably 1 sequence training per week, 1 skill session per week. And then depending if I have like a problem or so, it might be a little bit more. Or like, it just depends. There's a week where I might be there 3 times because it just works.
Yeah.
And then there's a week where I'm not there. And then...
Because you travel a lot as well, don't you, for teaching and stuff. So there's going to be weeks like that.
So a little bit less nowadays.
Yeah.
So I have way more time with my dogs. But like, of course, like I've just been away in Canada and then Slovakia. And then you're like gone for like 2 weeks. So of course they don't get training in that time. But I think it really depends. So now Style, for example, he's 7.5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He knows his stuff, and
That's it.
It's like, we are like a team. We know
Mm-hmm.
what works. I know the things that are very strong. I know the things that are a little bit weaker than the others. So like I'm always in the middle of like, of course I want him to keep the motion and stuff, and like I don't really think, maybe physios will kill me if I say this now, but like as much as you can do, like the actual impact that agility has, you can't like 100% prepare them for it.
No, because it is quite unnatural, isn't it? So
yes, yeah. So if they don't, like, you can do your best to do it, and I think it's like the more you can do, the better. But like the impact from the jumps and stuff, they gotta jump to build the muscle to keep the muscle to jump.
Yeah, no, they've got to do it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So he will train, but for like with him, like now he's on a 8-week break. And then he will slowly come back before tryouts, and then like just like small things. Where Remix, she trains a little more. She's 4.5. She has like 1 or 2 topics that I want to improve. So like I focus on that a little bit.
Yeah, and when you have multiple dogs as well, it's balancing all of them into it. And it's so easy to overdo it as well. Like you don't want to do too much course running because of the strain on the body. So it's definitely, it's a balance for sure.
Definitely. Like I think it also depends. When it comes to me, for example, I'm very, very blessed so that my timing doesn't depend on how much I train the sequence part, because it's very natural for me to time when I leave and when I'm there. So, but I also know people on like the high level that if they don't get like their routine training, they feel like they lose the timing a little bit.
Yeah, because people will say, I'll hear people go, oh, my handling's rusty after not training too much. So that's true.
So I mean, that I think is very fortunate in my case. Yeah, but still I think for the dogs it might be even more true that like they do need this feeling of we're in sync right now. We know what we're doing and we've prepared for it. Yeah,
I think once the dogs know all the skills and like you said, they've been doing it quite a while, it's more about just maintenance, isn't it? Which requires less training than say you're teaching a young dog, for example.
Well, actually, like you do more of the agility to keep them healthy for a long time, and you have to do less on the course.
Yeah, no, true. Yeah, good point. Yeah, they're all very different.
Yeah,
for sure. So, do you have a personal trainer or agility-specific fitness plan for yourself then?
I should.
I'll take that as a no then.
No, well, it's not entirely, like, no is not entirely true. So I've done from Kurt at Karma Fitness. I've done one cycle of his Couch to Clean Run program. So I wrote to him, like, I'm already running clean. But what? And then he's like, no, we can still improve it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I really like it. But now we're getting like, I'm gonna be very honest with everybody listening or watching, because I keep finding excuses why I don't have the time. And it's just a priority thing. I know that. So actually, a couple of days ago, that's why I love that this question like comes up here. Because a couple of days ago I said, okay, like it won't like change if I'm not making it a priority. And I'm so good at doing that with my dog training.
Yes. Yeah. Because that is your biggest priority.
Yes. But not good at doing it for myself.
Yeah.
So I have been going to the gym. I have been doing more. So ask me again in 1 year and the answer will be hell yes.
Yeah, we'll do another episode and do the exact same questions and they'll all be yes. I feel like though, and again, I know handler fitness is important, but I also think so much can be done independent skills can be taught so well, to the point where, you know, I think dog fitness is more important than handler fitness, because they're the ones doing all the things. And handlers can teach, if they're a good dog trainer, amazing independence and distance work and stuff like that. So yes, it's important, but I also feel like there are other more important things in agility, if that makes sense.
Definitely. But I think like when we're looking at like, if I look at my training, my agility, so I always have the mindset to like, I always want to improve all of the aspects.
Yes, yeah.
But like, if I look at all of the things that, like, if you would put like a mind map now of all the things that are important to agility, I would say like most of them, when I look at me and my dogs, most of them are like on a level where I'm really happy with. I'm not done with it, but I'm happy right now and want to improve it.
Yes,
but that would be like a priority. That should be the priority because it's probably the lowest.
Yes,
the lowest
yeah,
thing.
that's a good point.
You know, so in theory, like for example, without intentionally doing it, summer 2022, Ramona, my girlfriend, she had an injury on her back. And we're crazy agility couples, so we have a lot of dogs. So at that point, boom, 7 dogs to train.
Oh wow, yeah, 'cause she couldn't do it.
Yes.
Oh, that's a lot of dogs.
Yes. So, and it was summer, and we had an outdoor field, and like I was like hustling and training and doing it all, while like she barely could move at that time, so she also couldn't go on walks and stuff. So like I did all of these things. And like I even went to compete at Slovenian Open. It wasn't. I think I competed with 5 dogs, because 2 were not old enough yet. And I competed with 5 dogs in 32 degrees heat.
Oh my God.
On like international open flowy courses.
Wow. That is insane.
Like day 1, I went to bed and I was like,
I can't do it again.
hit by a bus.
Yeah.
But actually, like this summer has made me super fit because I've been like running. And I would have never given up because like in agility, I never, ever would give up.
Yeah, so, it's more a mentality thing there, isn't it? Even if your body's like, this is so hard, you're like, well, I'm going to do it. So it has to. Like,
yeah, it just works. And then you're training dog after dog after dog.
Yeah. So the agility itself, and again, even training our dogs is also fitness for us because we're running the courses. Do you know what I mean? Yes. So we're always active at the same time. So.
Yes. But it's also kind of a Gen Z excuse. So.
Potentially, yeah.
So I think there's room for improvement. But yeah, maybe it can go on the priority list.
Yeah, that's it. Getting there.
Getting there.
For sure. Cool. So what are your top tips for training an agility dog to maintain focus in distracting environments? So, for example, I think this person means, you know, when you're going from, say, your garden or your own field to then a competition where there's lots of things going on and the dog's like, oh, there's loads of things to look at instead of my handler.
Yeah. So actually, I'm the right person to ask because my first terrier, at one point she could do the things. I went to competition. I was so confident and she just ran off.
Oh, no.
She ran off the field because she was scared of all of like the distractions and stuff. Yeah. And on the way out, she was biting another dog.
Oh, that's not what you want, is it? Your first competition?
Yeah. So, I think most importantly is train the skills and train all of the things in an environment that is calm first.
Definitely.
Build like such a strong core value for all of the things you want, like later on in your competition environments and stuff. Build them as like as strong as possible. And when you have the feeling, okay, they are like bomb-proof, solid, with close to 0 distractions, add distractions at that place. So that's the part that a lot of people are missing.
Yeah.
So when for example, you would come to my hall to train, and you will see my regular students, they come in the hall, there's loud music playing, we have no isolation, so it's cold or hot, and it's loud, and it's wild, and so there's like a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
So that's basically my brain, but also
same.
But also, if I look outside my window right now, there's our little garden, and I would train like the smallest little skills in there, and then I would bring a second dog if I have out there, and I would work them with each other, and I would see because maybe there's also some distraction happening already. So. And then build that up, make it more. That's one part of it. The second part is go to these situations without the intention of like getting the skill that you want. So prepare in the environment, but lower your expectation of skill. Meaning, you go there, you go to, like, for example, a competition, and you have your dog there, and you do something they absolutely love. They would kill for that, like just to play, just like some cookie play games, whatever they love most, or even just cuddles. And you just go around it. You don't have to be in there, but you go around it. And then you will quickly see what type of dog do you have. There's going to be dogs that are like, what is this? Let me get in there.
Yeah, let me join in.
Yeah, so you probably have to work more on self-control if you have that type of dog. But if you have a dog like Emma was, she would be like, oh my God.
This is terrifying.
This is too much for me.
Sort of overwhelmed by it all.
Yes. So I was just like slowly getting there. But we're so spoiled because dogs are amazing creatures. And they cope and forgive so many times and for so much.
They do. They really do.
That means we're so spoiled as humans because we're like, but she's doing that so amazing at home.
Yeah, so we expect it everywhere.
Yes. So, but you didn't prepare for it.
Yeah.
So with Emma, what I figured after my first competition was, okay, I don't want her to connect her fears to agility trials. So what I did was I went to football games, handball games, basketball games.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
And I used like her little crate that she loved at home. And I went there, and it was a completely different thing because also emotionally, I was not triggered by the fact that she like hates this environment that I want her to love.
So you're in a better kind of mentality as well that she'll pick up on.
I'm better, she's better, and we can work through it there. So at one point...
That's a good idea, that.
Yeah, it was really, really, like, I'm really proud of that.
Yeah.
Because I was like 14 years old.
Yeah, I would have never thought to go into a football game or something, but that makes so much sense.
I was fortunate because it was like 200 meters from the house I was, but
still,
anyway.
Yeah.
still a good idea. I'm taking full credit for that idea.
Definitely, as you should.
And yeah, I built it up there, and she was actually afraid when we went there the first time.
Because I suppose it's still, like I said, it's still really loud, lots of movement, noise, you know, a lot going on.
And I mean, there's going to be like different things. There's going to be dogs who are afraid of like the barking of other dogs. But we live in like such a nice time because you just put on YouTube of like barking dogs. You make it really, really, really quiet. You do your working stuff, and then you just, you know, get them used to it.
Like people do with the fireworks sounds, don't they?
Yes, yes. Like counter condition the sounds that you want your dog to like.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so basically, like that's how I would look at it. Take it away from the thing you want most. Make it as strong as you can without distractions. Go somewhere where it's unrelated, but you can work through the struggle. And then for me, it was like this. I just had to bring it together, and then it was like not perfect in the beginning, but I had like a base where I could go from because she learned, okay, if I'm a little bit terrified, I can still trust my understanding and I can trust my human. So
yeah, exactly. I think people just need to realize, like you said, it's completely different when you change environments for the dog. Like we expect them just because they have learnt a behaviour that they'll do it everywhere. But it's a lot. It is definitely a lot. Like even for us going to a big show, we have to stand there and kind of be like, yeah, there's a lot going on now. Do you know what I mean? And, you know, all the smells, everything.
So much.
Everything. It's just, Even, I think even for new handlers often, you know, going to big shows and thinking, oh, this is quite scary. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, this is a lot to take in. So it's the exact same thing. But no, it's a good idea as well. You said in your hall, you've got all the things going on to prepare your students for them when they go to a show. That's great. That's a perfect idea.
I even have like a speaker with like a microphone. So yeah.
So you could do the tannoy kind of thing.
Yeah. Because I had we have a lot of fun with it because I just like start saying random stuff. But I had one student and she wanted to start competing. And she's done an excellent job. And then she figured out, like, she's never noticed that the dog actually has a problem when it's quiet, but then you hear the microphone.
Okay.
And this is what might happen in a competition.
Yeah.
Where, like, it's quiet because people start to look, oh, she's having her first competition.
Yeah.
and now we see blah 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 blah.
Yeah, good point.
Oh my god, yeah.
And it's that sudden noise out of nowhere that gets them.
Yes, yes. So we trained it a lot, and it got so good. Yeah. So you just have to think out of the box.
Yeah, definitely. Be creative. Have fun with it.
Yeah.
Always have fun with it. So, how do you deal with the pressure of representing your country at international events? And do you feel that there is an expectation for you to retain your title as champion? This is an interesting question. Kind of multifaceted, this one.
So what I love about the question is that I don't think many people are aware of how affecting it can be. And how much it can do to your performance, actually.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
What I'm trying to say is like the mind is like such like people don't talk about it enough.
No.
How important it is to work on that too. So if I'm answering this question, country-wise, I would say in Germany, it's like we are a very, very strong agility country.
Yes, for sure.
So I think I could go into like that pressures me, but the pressure actually like it can't really touch me because I know that like in theory, like my country and other people, like they might have given me like opportunities, but they are not responsible and they like can't change what I'm performing right now.
Yeah, true.
So like if you're like picking my brain and I'm giving you the unfiltered, honest opinion, is I've learned a few years ago that I just don't care.
That is the best attitude to have.
I just don't care. Like I'm gonna do it as good as I can on this day, and I'm gonna be there, prepared, and I know what I'm doing. I'm confident in my ability, and if I make a mistake, am I allowed to swear?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. If I fuck it up, I fuck it up, and I will learn from it.
Yes. Yeah.
And I will get better. And like, honestly, like so there's two sides to it. I love the support from like the fans and like the people coming, rooting for like the team, the country, and all of that. I love that. It gives me a lot. And of course, you kind of want to deliver, but I don't allow myself to even think about it so much. Like I'm grateful for it, like in the end, and they have your back. But like they can't change your performance.
No,
so
yeah. You don't think about it before you run. You more think about it after you run and appreciate it after the run. Yeah.
Yes. Or I'm happy to chat with them before or whatever, but like the moment, like my performance, like firstly, it's my performance. I'm responsible for it. I'm going to do the best I can. And if there's going to be a failure, it's just a feedback. And then tomorrow's a new day. And I'm like, I'm going to learn from it. And I'm going to do better. And I wouldn't be like, in Germany to qualify, there's lots of other countries where it is like that too. But for my experience, if you qualify for Germany, you've done the big part, to be honest.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So getting there in itself is like you've won. Do you know what I mean?
Like, you know that you're like, you have what it takes to perform at that event, because otherwise you would not be there. Yeah,
you've earned it and deserve it, so you're kind of confident in that when you actually run there.
Yeah, but when it comes to the titles, it's because that was a journey that like I need to switch a little bit, because I'm always a little bit afraid of saying it, because I don't want to encourage young people listening to do what I did in some of the parts, because I made agility such a priority that if I had a thought when I was like 15, 16 years old, I would skip school to do that in my backyard.
Oh, really?
Yes, because it was important to do that day. So, I mean, looking back, I think it was just an excuse to do what I love instead of doing what I don't love. But shows how passionate I always was about it.
Exactly, that's it. And, you could kind of think, well, it's got you here now, maybe. So, regret nothing.
I don't regret it at all.
No, that's it.
So basically, trying to go into is that, like, very quickly, like, I've used a lot of time and I did a lot of work, but then 2018, I was like with Bex at my European Open, my first European Open with him. I was there a year before with my terrier. But like my second year European Open, and then I won large, which is like the biggest category.
The most competitive height.
yes. And I've won European Open like in his first try.
Wow.
And it's like, boom, I'm 18 years old. He's 2.5 years old.
And it's happened.
Here we are.
Yeah.
This is like one of the two big things that I wanted to like accomplish, because the goal was like the major focus. So then the year after, I think he was 6th in the final, so still super, super amazing, very competitive. I think the first 8 were in 1 second.
Wow.
Which is like insane. It was in the Netherlands. And then it was 2 years of COVID. And like 2019, I started to teach a lot because, of course, people started to know my name.
Yes.
And I used every opportunity. And at one point, I felt the like this thought of, okay, but like now I didn't win it in 2019, so now it's 2020 and 2021, and there's like no events.
Yeah. That's a lot of years past.
Yeah. So, oh my God. And then 2021, I came back and I had like style and make for like I had 2 more dogs that I was bringing up during that time. So it was very difficult because I had this in my mind. I don't think that it really like dragged me down, because I knew that I will achieve some of these things again.
Yeah.
But what it taught me is that all the way, like what I enjoyed most of it all was like the dream of like getting there was like actually so much more fulfilling
than actually
like,
winning.
than actually getting this medal.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
So I've recently read a book, and I finally realized, like I finally was able to put it into words, what my mind went through, is because like there's a difference between a dream and a goal. Goal is something that you're focused on. That's the thing that you want to achieve. But your dream has to be the thing that you love that brings you to that goal.
Yeah,
and
they're
beyond.
separate things.
Yes, it's a different thing. Because a lot of times people say, including myself, like my dream or my goal, like it's the same thing. But it shouldn't be. In my case, it was. And it didn't make me as happy as looking at my dream in a different way.
Yeah, it's kind of like you achieve it and you think, oh, that's kind of it. Do you know what I mean? And then you want it again because you've had it before.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like some people say to me like, oh, now you've had it, is that like, you're happy? And I'm like, no, not at all, because there's always going to be more years. Like you don't just settle, do you?
Yes.
That's it.
No. Yes. And also I feel like when you have this type of like core belief about it, what happens is that this year at European Open, it was my most successful like event, because it was 3 dogs being like very, very like successful.
Yeah, amazing.
And like I could appreciate and I could like celebrate and actually live in that moment way more than the past 2 times or the past few times at World Championships. Because I changed, like this is the goal, and I can celebrate it. Because I know this is like a stepstone, and this was the goal, and now let's keep chasing this dream.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no.
But I finally let myself like allow to actually celebrate. So that we're deep diving into like mindset stuff now.
Yeah.
But I think it's so important and so overlooked in agility.
I agree. Like I think most of the sport is mental. I think again, probably just not for everyone, probably, but for me, I found that's the kind of key. Like if I don't go into the run in the right mindset, it's just not gonna. No matter how many skills I've taught or course running I've done, it's just not gonna go very well. And it's hard. It's really hard. It's the hardest skill I think to learn is the mindset part of it.
Sure.
Especially when you are, under pressure, or there is the potential to be under pressure.
I agree.
For sure. But all amazing experiences, like you said, if you make these international teams, you need to enjoy it while you're there, because, you've won onto the team, so you deserve to be there. And yeah, it's hard, but you've got to try and enjoy it and not, think, oh, pressure.
And I mean, pressure's actually like, it's just created in our heads.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah.
So, and I mean, it means that you care, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
But like, I always try to use it as use it as like a fuel.
Yeah.
Rather than like letting it get a hold of me.
It can go either way, can't it?
Yeah, and I think it's a decision, and I've been in both situations. Like, it affected me negatively, and it affected me in a positive way. Yeah, and like, I just know like who I'm sticking around with in these moments, because you become what you surround yourself with.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Negativity is contagious, but so is positivity. So you can just choose it. That's the cool thing about like life. You can just choose it.
Yeah, you're completely in control.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another important thing. Again, going off on a tangent, but who you surround yourself with, I think, again, is another thing that's not talked about a lot.
Yes.
And the importance of having those people around you at these events and in the lead up and stuff like that. Like, it does make a difference, but again, I don't really hear it spoken about a lot.
Yeah, no, not yet.
Not until this podcast. For sure. So this I'm very interested in this one. So you run multiple different dogs at a high level. How do you switch between them as seamlessly as you seem to? So I'm currently only running one dog, and it's competing at the top is still, a big task. But how do you do it so successfully with multiple dogs, like at the same event?
Okay. It's actually like, it's probably going to be a long answer. So I apologize for the monologue in advance. But basically, there's multiple factors to it. And I've actually evaluated them. Like, I've analyzed it, because I've been asked this question from a friend of mine a couple of months ago. And I was like, I don't even know. Let me deep dive and think like how it actually works. So number one is that knowledge, like, I think that you need a feeling for each of your dogs. And I think everybody who's probably listening to this, they know what I mean with this. You have like this bond, and you probably know like how your dog will react to certain things. So now, of course, the base of foundation and stuff stays the same for me. It's like something that works, but it's always adjustable to each dog's like individual needs. So here comes this. So like some of the core things, the foundation is similar. So you don't have to change to be a completely different like handler. So things are similar, but they are never the same. They can be similar, but never the same. So what I've figured out, what I'm doing is I actually create an own personality for each dog that I have, and I wasn't even aware of it.
Okay.
Of course, it comes from like experience and knowledge. But like when I start to feel the things with my dog, it's like an intuition, how I'm reacting. I want to change this. I want to like reward this and that. What happens is actually that I'm just reacting in the way that like the relationship with that dog was built. So, and I think it's something that in some parts of the world, agility is a lot of times a very analytic sport where people want to have it perfect, and they never allow themselves to like actually just like let go and feel it.
Definitely. And these days as well, with stats and NPS and all these all these things, it's definitely got to that point.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And then there's also people who don't care about like the reasons and all of that, and they just want to go and run, and they will do it somehow. And both of them, like, I think both of the parties, like, it works. And if you find both of it and it combines, that's actually where the real success happens. And I think people who run with multiple dogs and do that very well, if you look at them, either the dogs are very similar, or the people are very, very aware and very good at having an intuition of how to react for different dogs. So when I look at myself, like for example, training Make, she's now retired. but she's a very, very strong dog. And then her daughter, Rebel, who's like so soft. Yet, actually, like Rebel has some more potential when it comes to movement. But Meg would like, probably she would run into 3 like actual cement walls, and she would be like,
fine,
what
yeah.
the? And then Rebel comes into the hall, and she's like, there's a different energy here right now.
Yeah. Just that
What's
added
happening?
Sensitivity.
Yeah. So, and I mean, they're both small. So when I used to train them together, it was really crazy because I've noticed, like, when I run with Meg, I'm Max and I'm strong and I'm more like I'm there and I mean it, everything with an exclamation mark.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
When I switched to Rebel, it was more like you can do this. You're good enough.
Yeah, more encouraging and lighthearted.
Yes.
Okay.
And I felt like if I trained them individually, I automatically put on different music on my speaker. So it was like hard rap music for Meg, and it was more like motivational pop songs for Rebel.
Oh, no, that makes sense.
And I did that like unintentionally. And when I trained them together, I figured, okay, I think that's actually how I do it. So I've created like an own person or like an own like relationship. And it through the knowledge that I've created of like looking what I can improve, and through like experience of trying to feel it, I created a feeling and an intuition for each dog. And I think that's why it's so easy, or looks so easy to switch. Because like when I go in a course walk, in the same course at the tryout for 2 different dogs, of course I will like see all of the things like in an analytical way, like she can do this better than her, or like this is gonna be tighter than it would be with him, whatever. So I have this, which is important part of like being like trying to achieve more and better. But then the moment I'm stepping like on the line, or I'm starting to warm each of them up, I'm just the person for this dog in that moment.
Yeah. Almost like putting on a different outfit.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a different, like you're going undercover. Now I'm wearing blonde, and then I'm going on. You know, I'm going on the field. And like let's take it away from me. If I, for example, look at Tobias, Tobias Lüß. So he's I think 4 dogs he was running at World Championship, and these 4 dogs could not be more different to each other. And like he's also very, very intentional with what he's doing, because he has so much experience. He's doing it for such a long time. So I don't know. I've never talked to him about it. But just my outside objective view on it is that he, without even thinking about it, he's switching, and then he covers the needs for that dog.
Yeah, because he did incredibly with several dogs at AWC, didn't he?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that's what helped me perform so good with, like, for example, at European Open, where I had 3 dogs running. Because I didn't have to question things. It was very clear, because it was information. So here's another mindset thing. Where like feedback and like information is only really stored in your brain if it's connected to emotion. So
that makes
like
sense.
it's a science-based fact. So if you let yourself feel agility, you're actually creating information that sticks to you.
No, that makes complete sense.
Yeah. So I love this question, because I've actually never like talked about this in this way, but I had one student who asked kind of the similar question, and that's why I try to break it down, because it's very difficult to break it down. But I reflected what I'm doing, and then I try to observe people who do it as well, and I try to find common grounds, and I think that's the common ground.
Yeah, definitely, because it's something that you kind of don't think, oh right, I'm doing this right now, or I'm going to do this. You just find yourself doing it, and it's not till you're asked that you're like, oh, actually, let me think about it, because before now I've kind of just done it naturally. And as well, I suppose that comes with experience. You know, you probably get better at doing that the more you do it, just like everything. But no, yes, again, it's another skill that's separate to all of agility in itself, isn't it?
Yes.
When you're walking courses then, so say you have the same course for multiple dogs, do
Yeah.
you like walk it once in the character of a certain dog, if that makes sense, as if you're running that dog, and then walk it a second time for the next dog, as far as like where you're positioned, you know, how you handle a course?
So I think like I feel like if I would do it like exactly that way, I would be afraid that I'm running out of time before I'm done.
Exactly, that's what I mean. Yeah, you only have your 8 minutes.
Yeah. So what I'm doing is usually like I see, of course, that comes from experience as well.
Yeah.
You see where everything is, then you see them go there, and then you walk it. Like I just walk it for myself, so I know, and then I will objectively see like all of the things that can happen and all of the options that you have. And sometimes it's very clear which options I'm taking, and there's like no discussing room because I know it for sure.
Yeah.
But I usually sometimes I leave like a course walk, and there's at least one situation where like I've walked like multiple options and I have not decided when I leave the course walk.
Yeah.
What I'm doing. And then
glad that's not just me then.
No, it happens. And like the more important the competition is, the better I am at like isolating like the main priority ones.
Yes.
And like on local competitions, sometimes I just go for 2 minutes and then I'm like, okay, I've walked all the options and now like I'm looking at what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
But I am actually doing it in like the dog's like eye or like for that person when I'm doing like a visualization of it. So like I'm always thinking about like how it will look.
In your head.
And it's yes, in my head. And I do that a lot. Like for example, just like when I go out of the course, and if there's like a second course walk, I'm gonna do it around the course. If there's no course walk, I've trained myself to be able to visualize kind of while I'm getting my dog, like walking them and warming them up.
Yeah. And you see a lot of handlers kind of doing going through it in their head, like on the spot.
Yes.
Like they'll be there with their eyes closed, like doing the blinds and doing all that.
Yes.
And that's actually really helpful, isn't it? Because you don't have to be actually on the course, but you're getting it in your head.
Exactly. So I think I am doing it for each dog because I do remember a lot of times where I would like try to visualize the course. And in that moment I see, oh my God, I think Meg's probably going to come out here. So she sees something different than I expected in the course walk. So I can react to it.
Yeah, of course.
So, and then, I just have to be aware of that.
Yeah.
And then I keep visualizing again and again, and then you will figure out, so in a way I'm doing it. I just, I don't think I would be able to fit it in a course walk.
No, definitely not. Yeah, no, because 8 minutes flies by.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah, and like I said, all of our dogs have little personalities, and we just get to know them, don't we? Like we know them because we're with them every day. We just know them so well that it does come easier.
Yeah,
for sure. So, what is the biggest challenge that you have faced during your agility career, and how did you overcome it?
So, I think there's like two big ones. I think one is lack of resources. So when I was like a teenager, you don't have a lot of money. My parents, like my mom, my dad was like, I'm doing my hobby, you do your hobby, like stuff like that. And my mom, she was trying to be supportive, but they were also working a lot. So it was like getting to all of the things. But I was like, that taught me resilience, because I would just ask somebody to take me, or I would go with the bus, or stuff like that. So that would be like one part, like getting to the actual agility.
To put the work in.
Yes. That would be like, I think probably one of the biggest struggles that I've had then. But the most recent struggle, like since I'm like, I would say like professionally doing agility, like making my money from agility, is actually the fact that balancing teaching, and training my own dogs, and living a life at home. So there's been like phases in my life where like in this house where we are right now, like I would be away for like 25 days a month.
That's quite a lot.
Yeah. And I mean, some of that, like I could take my dogs because I'm driving, but then
Yeah.
a lot of times I would also be flying somewhere to teach and do that and do that. So I mean, in one way, like at one point I did it to a point where I was like, okay, like I love teaching, like I love giving back. But I do love my dogs more. So I need to find a way to make it all work. So that's actually when like a very good timing, because then I teamed up with Susan and Enya for our Handling 360 online class, because it was a lot of work to put that together. But now it's more like I can help as many people as to want to come to train without having to physically be somewhere.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the online, isn't it?
Yes. So that's been like really, really good. And also there's like way more information that you can give them that they can go over with, that like in a one-to-one lesson, like you might not be able to get through all of it.
True.
But I'm not bashing one-to-one, because I still like that. And I also like to teach in person. So we have a hall right now, which I love. So I do have like some regular people, and I'm like doing some private lessons. But I usually prioritize like the appointments now for students out of the online classes.
Yes.
Then like it works hand in hand together. But anyway, like everybody's welcome. In general, it's just the day doesn't have enough hours at some point.
Definitely.
Yeah, so I would say like the biggest struggle was balancing it all. And now like I've prioritized, instead of helping one person at a time, helping more people at the same time.
Yeah, be more efficient.
More efficient, being at home while doing it.
Yeah.
So that is probably like kind of saved it. And since it's still a passion of me, like I love, especially if I have people, I'm gonna name drop. So I have a very good friend, Sophie Rose is her name. She's been in our European Open team this year with 2 dogs, one of my puppies and her older Sheltie Kara. And she's been with me for 6 years now. And like she has always had great potential, and she's always been a good runner. And like the journey that she's had with like the support, like I love it, and it gives me so much because I see her elevating.
Yeah, you watch it happening.
Yes. So now to the point where now from January on, she's a trainer in my hall.
Oh right, cool.
So like it was like it's just one example, but like I love it because I was like part of the journey.
Yeah, you see the progression happen right in front of you.
Yes, it's her work. It's her work. She deserves the credit for it because she has to do the work. But I love to be her coach and be a part of the journey.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
So that's like, I don't want to miss that part of like agility.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm just a little bit smarter nowadays. Like how I'm going to use my time to help more and then still get energy out of it.
Because it can defeat the object, can't it? If you know you're doing really well with your own dogs, and that's why people want you to teach and you can make money from it, but then it ends up where you can't train to compete as much anymore because you're doing all the teaching, so it like defeats the object of how it even started. So it is that balance, and I suppose again, like anything in life, it's trying to balance lots of different things. We just need more hours in the day, don't we?
Yeah, true. But like, to be honest, like I think that it's always changing. So like when I looking back like with the dream stuff again, when I look back when I was like 15, the life that I had 2 years ago with like it was important for me that like I get invited and I can teach at different places and stuff. This was like my ideal dream life. And I've made that my dream. But it was actually my goal. And like now, like when I was in there, like I loved it, don't get me wrong. But another thing that I loved didn't get enough like time.
Exactly.
So at one point I was like, okay, like it changed now to this point, and I love how it is right now. But maybe there's coming more opportunities in the future, and it's going to change into something else.
You never know, do you? You never know.
So you never know what opportunities come. But yeah.
I think a big myth as well is that I've heard people say, oh, you must have so much more time to train your dogs being an instructor because you're at a venue with equipment. And it's like, no, actually, that's not how it works at all. But I think that's the general consensus that people that don't do it as a job think. But it's actually no different to like a standard job because you're still working all day, if that makes sense.
I mean, I would even say sometimes it's more difficult because you've been around agility and other people's problems for like 8 hours. And then you want to train after, but you're not going into this training with that free mind of like I'm just here for me and my dog. You've been there for everybody else for 8 hours. So which is great. Like it's awesome. But like I've learned over the years that like when I train my dogs, when I'm teaching, I'm doing it before.
Yes, yeah. So you can go in with a fresh head kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, that's a good idea. Definitely. Cool. So then, which of your dogs has been the most challenging to train and how did you bring out the best in them regardless? So you got to pick on one of your dogs now.
So there's one obvious choice, but I feel bad because I feel like I'm always naming her.
She doesn't need to know.
No. So I think I have 3 dogs that were difficult for me.
Okay.
So first, for sure, Emma, because of lack of like knowledge that I had. That's why it was more difficult.
Yeah.
Then I had Make, who taught me a lot about like how different a dog can be. And how much you have to like adapt. And also like something like I used to like be frustrated with the fact that why can't like everything I try works to a certain point and then it doesn't anymore. Like why is it like I was like questioning this why. But she told me that there's like no answer to this why.
It just is.
The only thing it just is like this right now. What can I do? Okay, like maybe there's a hole I need to fill in the basics. Maybe I need to. So she just taught me that like you can be super. I would say she's probably one of my most successful dogs right now, or she was in her career, especially in teams because like she had great results. Even though I would say her understanding for things was probably the worst of all of my dogs.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's super interesting, but I learned to cope for her.
Yeah.
And I would always, like, when you would see me training her, like 2 years ago or something, I would do, like, the small little stuff all the time. Like, I would keep, like, rewarding weave entries for, like, her entire career.
Yeah.
But then when it counted, she got it right eventually. So she taught me that. And then Rebel, my young Sheltie, she's 2.5. And I think I put most effort into her than like, I'm always doing the effort that I need to, like, I'm always putting more effort in that I would need to probably.
Yeah.
But I want to give them everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if I try to look at it objectively, she, like, I surrendered everything, kind of.
Yeah.
Because I could see so much potential, so much, like, she's so smart. And yes, she's a Sheltie, but she's so smart. And she's so different to her mom, and she's just sometimes in her own head.
Yeah.
So it was so difficult because things would affect her that you would never like think about beforehand.
Yeah.
So, and then like I felt like we finally got our flow, and it worked. And now she got diagnosed with a bulged disc. So it's uncertain if she will ever do agility again. And she's like, she will turn 3 years old next week.
Oh, wow.
So like, horrible for that little dog.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because like my first reaction to it, of course, you're like so sad and like for this dog.
Yeah, heartbroken. Yeah.
And like it's so crazy because it's a few weeks ago now that we got the diagnosis, and like I'm celebrating the fact that she's allowed to do one walk of 30 minutes on a long leash. So I'm so excited for her to have that opportunity.
Yeah. You appreciate the little things, don't you, again?
Yes. So, like, all of that, like bad things, all of the injury and all of that,
Mm-hmm.
there was, believe it or not, there's a good side to it.
Mm-hmm.
And so what she taught me in this process of her, actually of her whole agility career that she had, which was very little
Mm-hmm.
because she's so young, and now this injury is like, there's, it's important and it's important to me, but there's like, out of every bad situation, at one point, you will find joy in some of the things that come along on the way.
Definitely.
And like, I've learned so much from the effort that I put in her, in her agility training, that probably I would say I had so much knowledge already starting her foundations, and yet she still taught me so much, but so different.
Yeah. It's always the case though, isn't it? Like you think when one of your dogs is like older or whatever and, you know, knows all the things, you think, right, I'll do so much differently with the next one. And then you do those things with the next one. But then even after that one, there's still more stuff that you do differently. Yes. Like it just never ends.
I think like the database is growing inside of us.
Yeah, true.
And like Remix, the dog before, like I could use everything that I know. And she would be there. She would be like, yes, soaking it in.
Yeah, like a little sponge, yeah.
Yes, and she would be like, yes, let's go. And I'm going to perform for you every time you ask me to. That's why she's 4.5 and she's already 2-time European champion. I'm like, you know, she's like this. She takes everything that I give her and she will use it. Just like with the muscle that I talked about.
Yes.
Like you give her stuff and she makes it grow.
Yeah. That kind of dog.
Yes, and then Rebel comes away, and it's like it's humbling, but in a good way. You're like, okay, actually, you never know it all.
No, yeah.
So there's always room for improvement. So I want to name. So the question was, what was the most difficult dog, right?
Yeah.
I would say.
It's hard because they've all got challenges in their own different ways, isn't it? It's hard, you know. Yeah. They're all just so different. Yeah. You can almost not compare.
I would say Meg was probably the most challenging for me because she was so different. But looking back now, I'm very, very, it sounds very cliche, but I'm very, very grateful for all of their struggles. Because out of all of that, like, I have so many people I can help.
Yeah, no, exactly.
With the things that I know. So, like, I mean, even this shitty injury that, like, I would, of course, wish would never happen. But, I mean, there's things that I learned from that, and I will continue to learn from it.
Exactly.
Also, in rehabbing a dog, like, you know, there's, like, so much that comes with that. So, I would say, like, probably if I could rephrase the question, which dog has taught me the much, then I would say Rebel.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. And that's generally through the struggles, isn't it? That you learn so much. So that makes sense. Was the injury agility related or just one of those things?
So the thing is, the people at the clinic, they said, why are you even here? Like, we don't want to do the MRI. She does not show anything that we would figure out. But my physio is just the most amazing soul on this earth. And no, it's probably like she didn't have like an agility injury. We don't know when it happened, how it happened. It's not even the thing itself that is bad. It's like, how is the body coping with like a weak leg? It's like when a dog, for example, has like a C hip. I think you have numbers in the UK, right? But like it's like not good, but also not like horrible.
Yeah, like the stage 1 or 2 or 3 or stuff like that. Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's like it depends. Like if her body could cope really well, it's fine. And we don't know. Maybe in 2 years, her body can cope with it. But now it just needs like, and I don't even want to make like any thoughts about agility because that's not my priority. I just want her to live like the full life.
Yeah, comfortably and be able to do all the things.
Yes. And if agility comes with it because we figure out she's good to do everything, then of course she loves it. So I would of course start again with her.
Yeah, definitely.
But if not, that's fine.
And like you said, the rehab process it's a process in itself, isn't it? And it's like a whole separate thing that you'll learn a lot from. So yeah. as
sure.
you know, as hard as things are, you're right, there's always something in there to learn from and get better from in the future.
I agree.
Cool. So what, in your opinion then, what is the key to unlocking a dog's fullest potential? This is a very narrow question, but if there was a key, what do you reckon that would be?
Understanding each dog, looking at the dog that you have, and then like working, like being creative, in always changing your approach.
Yes.
For that individual dog.
Yeah. So being open to adapting all the time. Yeah.
Yes.
It's definitely not a one size fits all thing.
No. And it I would even say with the same dog, it can even change through the lifetime, because
true.
Like they might start off very soft, and then at one point they will want to be a little bit more pushy, and then the approach needs to change again. So always be like, I hear so many times people go like, but it used to work when I did this. But now it doesn't.
So now what are you gonna do?
So we need to change it.
Same thing could happen, you know, you get a super strong kind of mentally dog that something spooks it, and then it goes through a phase where it's nervous, and then you have to completely change your approach in that way as well. So it can happen either way, can't it? You just never know.
For sure.
So what is one run or course then that you will always remember, and why? And I'm sure there's a lot to choose from.
Okay, I'm gonna give a random fact, and you probably think like I'm a nerd. Up to this day, with Bex, who is like my first border collie, I know every run until highest grade, and also all of his tryout runs on his first tryouts. I could close my eyes and visualize every one of these runs.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I just have a crap memory, so I could never.
But like, don't feel bad, because all of my other dogs, I only have like the most impactful ones.
Yeah.
In my brain. And sometimes not even like all of the run.
Yeah.
So, but I think when Bex qualified at our final tryouts, and he won it, the last jumping run that we had, I think that one is like the most crazy, like the craziest one that will forever stick to my brain.
Okay.
Because it was like it was unimaginable. Like it seemed so impossible to like qualify in German large team for me back then. Like I knew it would happen, because I was always very confident in like, I want this, so I'm gonna do everything that I can achieve this.
Yeah.
But still, like in like a realistic perspective, probably if you would have asked, like if you would have done like a survey, like not even myself, I would like not put my name on the radar in that year.
Yeah.
Like that.
Like you knew it'd happen eventually, but you didn't think it'd happen so soon, kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think I would rank that number one all time.
Yeah. Amazing. No, that's very impressive, being able to remember all those runs. Shows how much they all mean to you though, doesn't it, when you can remember them like that? For sure.
Yes.
Who needs Facebook or YouTube when you've just got your brain? Just rewatch them over and over.
Nowadays I need it, because now it's too many dogs and too many runs.
Yeah, no, it's got to that point now.
Yes.
That's so true. So if you didn't do agility then, would you do an alternative dog sport, do you reckon?
Good question. I think so. My dad, he at one point owned 200 sheep. So Bex was actually fully trained at herding.
Oh, right. Okay.
So what I think I would do is, I think I would do herding. But I don't think in a competitive way, because the thing that I love about herding is like just working with the instincts of the dog.
Yeah.
That's what I find super, super interesting.
Yeah, something that can't really be competed in the same way.
Yeah. So for me, it's like, I think that this would probably be what I would do with the dogs. Apart from just like, I think I could never live without a dog again. I mean, you never know, but right now it doesn't seem like worth it.
No, definitely not. Like,
Without a dog.
I'm the same. Like, what would I even do?
Yeah. So, fun fact: I was in Australia in August, and I fell in love with the country. And I was like, okay, like if I would have no dog right now, I would move there for 2 years.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes. But like I was like, no, I would never choose. Like even if I would not have a dog, like with the information I have, I would rather want a dog than do that.
Yeah.
But it's difficult. Like it's difficult to go in there because of like I think they need to be in quarantine for like 10 days or something. And
yeah,
like,
all sorts in there.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so I think probably herding would be what I would do.
Yeah. Because there's so many dog sports, isn't there? But I think when you do agility as well, it's like hard to compare anything else to it when it's your entire life.
So
it's like,
yes.
yeah, it's like nothing compares when you're in it like that.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
And it is so exciting. Cool. So if you could change one thing about agility, what would it be and why? So going from we love agility so much to what would you actually change about it?
I think like coming from the time that we've talked and from like the past few weeks and months of my experience analyzing it a little bit, I think one thing I would love to change is the awareness of the mental effect on agility.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think that would be like one thing that is actually like something that could actually be changed really quickly.
Yeah, no, it's very achievable, I think that.
Yes. And I think a part of that, but it's a separate thing, is a way that like I feel like it's in the whole world, in every sport, everywhere it happens. But I feel like people are judgy instead of curious a lot of times.
Yeah, definitely.
And I've learned that I can't be around it because it makes me like feel like not good. And I've read a sentence that I've loved, and I hope I get it right. And I don't even know who it is by, so don't copyright kill me, whoever listens to this. But it's judging others. Wait, I will get there. Judging others leads to judging yourself, and that leads to fearing others judging you.
That's so true, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what happens is you're like, oh my God, that was so bad of her. And then your peer group goes, yeah, oh my God, and it goes into it like that.
Yeah.
And then what happens is you have the same mistake 2 weeks from then, and you're like, oh my God, I did that so bad. What are all of them thinking about it?
Yeah, but the only reason you're wondering what they think about it is because you've been there before.
Yes.
No, that's so true.
So that is like, I love it. Since I've read that, I was like, oh my God, this is so
I like that.
Cool and so true. And I think it's in the agility world, I feel like a lot of times like people are judging instead of being curious.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And I would love to change that. If we're talking actual like obstacles and stuff like that, I don't know. I think there's so much like facts that go into it, like safety wise and stuff, where I'm like, I'm not a professional like analyst of stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I don't want to say this is bad. So I'm always curious, and I have experience of knowing like this will be safe for my dog or not, and then I'm choosing to do it or not. And I'm usually also choosing to like give my knowledge to, for example, if a judge puts something that I find dangerous, I'm never expecting them not to care, but maybe they don't know because they have not experienced it.
Yeah.
So I'm usually upfront to go there, and I'm like, hey, sorry to interrupt. I've seen lots of dogs in my training have struggle with this. So what I've learned is to put it a little bit differently. And then you will feel the vibe. There's going to be a person who's be like, oh my God, tell me like, what was your experience? This is what I was thinking. Or is going to be a person who's like, no, don't behave like this. I know what I'm doing.
But at least you know you've done your part. And
then you just know, okay, I can choose. Am I running it? Am I not running it? It's out of my control. Yeah. But I've done my part. So, yeah.
But yeah, I think as well, it's a lot of sports are like that, where there's quite a lot of judgment, you know, little groups of people saying this and that. But again, you kind of just got to block it out, haven't you? because at the moment it's always going to be like that to some extent. So yeah, just try and ignore it. But yeah, it'd be nice if that changed. I think everyone would like it if that changed. So what is your best piece of advice for someone who aspires to reach the top level of agility? So maybe someone just starting out or someone competing sort of more in a more amateur way.
Mm-hmm. So 3 keywords, and love, wisdom, and courage.
Okay.
So love, do the thing that you love about it. So training your dog, bonding with your dog, making that a priority instead of like the success.
Yeah.
So, and ultimately what happens is if you love what you do, you're going to become very good and much better at it. And the success is actually going to come.
Yeah. More of a natural thing than a forced kind of.
Yes.
Yeah.
And wisdom stands for the fact that you're like not judging, you're curious.
Yeah.
So you're a lifelong learner, and even the people like take it from me, take it from you, take it from like whoever has ever stand on any of these podiums. The moment you stop being successful is the moment you stop being curious about what you might need to change or adapt or get better at. And like, I would not emotionally like do that. That's like an unemotional topic. Just evaluate what you have, make love the priority, and then have the courage to actually just do your thing and not care about, like, if there's a person who you're learning from, of course you have to care what they think.
Yeah.
But have the courage to, if you have this information, to actually go through it and then learn from it. Don't let your ego go in the way, but have the courage to do it. So love, wisdom, and courage. I'm actually gonna get a tattoo of that because it's
yeah, that would be a good idea. Yeah,
I love it because it meets every aspect of life.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not just agility for sure.
Yes. And I think if you start with that core foundation in your brain for agility, I think lots of like the mindset effect that we talked about already, is already like correlated like in you, like it's like programmed in your brain.
So it'll come a bit easier to like do that in your head because that's just who you are, kind of thing.
Yes. Love, wisdom, courage.
Yeah, I love that. So just for you now then, this is just about you. What are your current goals and aspirations within agility? So what are you currently aiming for?
Everything.
All the medals.
No. So, okay. Let me go short-term goal and long-term goal.
Yeah, okay.
So, I want to win an individual medal at World Championships.
Okay.
This is a goal that I have. Long-term goal. Short-term goal is making Remix dog walk more reliable. It's already very, very good now, but I want to make it more reliable in different situations.
Okay.
And then another like current goal is like we're gonna have puppy soon, and I'm gonna keep a puppy. So
exciting.
I'm looking forward to that and adapting like to that puppy's needs. In general, like dream, like that was goals, and then dreams is like keep improving and keep trying to like see life through like curious eyes and trying to be better, because the moment that I've realized that I need to do this, it started like pieces fall into place.
Yes, true.
Opportunities came my way when I started looking for that. So yeah, I think that would be like my next chapters.
That earlier you said you were reading a book about the kind of dream versus goal. Is it called What's Your Dream by a guy? Is it Simon someone?
Yeah, that one I've read in August. I love that one.
Okay, yeah, I've read that one.
Simon Squibb. It's
awesome. That one. Yeah, that's good.
Wait, I see it there. It's called Inner Excellence.
Oh, okay.
And it's by, I think, Jim Murphy.
Right, okay.
And it's really, really great as well. So book suggestion, if you're into like self-improvement, which you should be because we only get like one life.
Yeah, absolutely.
So why not have the best one? So yeah, but what's your dream? I love that one.
Yeah.
And I actually still have it in my car.
Ah, okay.
And whenever, like, I did rent it to a friend where I was like, okay, you need to read it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, no, I like it. Cool. So last question then. I'm also interested in this one. Do you have any training days planned in the UK?
Not right now.
Okay. Well, I
So
can say for probably most of the listeners that we'd like to have you.
Yeah. I feel very honored. I actually had something planned for in 2 weeks, but I had to actually in the UK.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, so but it needed to be like I needed to cancel it a while ago because of the puppy birth of.
Oh yes, of course, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So right now my priority is like the online students.
Yeah, of course.
And my regular students.
Mm-hmm.
That is a priority. But I'm never saying never because I do like to teach in person.
Mm-hmm.
So there's probably gonna be opportunities in the future.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just prioritizing the thing that is best right now.
Exactly. Yeah. Probably still gonna do some traveling, but just not to the point where it was before.
Yes. And just like in the way where I'm like I can take my dogs, I can spend time with my dogs and with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
And we can see things, and then of course I'm going to teach because I love to teach.
Yeah, more have it as like a holiday kind of vibe where you're going to teach, but then you can also, do a bit of training, do a bit of like walking, stuff like that.
Yeah, and see the world. I mean, I've traveled so many places.
Yeah.
And like I've really like the only thing that I've regretted so far is the fact that I've been in so many places and have only seen the indoor agility halls.
Yeah, yeah, true.
So I changed it a while ago where I'm like, if I'm flying somewhere, I always need at least 1 or 2 days that I'm staying longer or early or whatever.
Yeah, be a tourist.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yes. Because imagine like in 20 years time, I'm going to tell people like, I've been to Canada, I've been to this and that and there. Oh my God, what have you seen? Well,
not a lot. Yeah. No, that's so true. I mean, agility does take you all over the place, doesn't it? Like even competing and stuff. But yeah, you've got to make sure you're doing a little bit of looking around while you're there, because some of these things, it's like I would have never gone to that country without agility. So it's very cool. Lots of opportunities. Right, well, that is all of the questions. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
What an amazing conversation that was. Thank you again so much to Max for hopping on the podcast with me today and having that conversation. I learned a lot, had a lot of fun, and I'm sure you guys really enjoyed listening as well. So, without further ado, here is my little ramble. Please do give the podcast a 5-star rating and review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or wherever you stream your podcasts. That would mean the absolute world to me. Also, please do follow the podcast if you want to make sure you're getting notified when I drop future episodes. I drop an episode every Wednesday at 8 p.m. and I've got some more exciting guests lined up for the future. So make sure you're following, otherwise you might miss them and you definitely don't want to do that. Please also keep sending in your podcast episode topic recommendations and ideas. So whether that's things you want me to talk about in solo episodes or guests you would like me to have on in the future, and also what you would like me to talk about with those specific guests. Pretty much every single request or recommendation gets turned into an episode, so you're pretty much guaranteed to have your podcast episode topic idea brought to life on the Pause in Pursuit podcast. My DMs are always open if you would like to send those there. Also, if you have any questions at all for me, please do get in touch via DM. You can follow me at Pause in Pursuit or Summer Clark on pretty much all of the social media platforms, and you can keep up with me and my day-to-day life and things that are going on over there as well. And lastly, I do offer in-person agility training in Lincoln, postcode LN6. So if you'd like to have some sessions with me, whether that is one-to-ones or group classes, please do message me and we can get something booked. And if you would like a group class, then please just message me and I can tell you when I run those group classes and you can potentially join. I would love to work with some of you guys in person over winter and help you achieve those winter training goals. So that is it from me this week, guys. Again, I really hope you enjoyed today's episode and make sure you're following the podcast because then you will be notified when next week's episode goes live. Speak to you all next Wednesday at 8 p.m, guys. Bye.